Okay, so my PowerPoint will be a little bit different because I do it on my iPad. The due process clause application by the United States Supreme Court. Does the application of the due process clause by the United States Supreme Court is dangerous for the separation of powers? The very large application of the due process clause by the United States Supreme Court. First of all, the 14th Amendment contains privilege immunity clause, the due process clause, and the equal protection clause. According to the due process clause, nor shall any state deprive any person of life, liberty, or property without due process of laws. As we can see, this is very vague, and there are a lot of interpretations. That's why the United States Supreme Court does have a very large application of such a clause. Therefore, this is very dangerous for the separation of powers, because the United States Supreme Court can uphold a right into a fundamental right without the consent of American citizens or Congress. This is the reason why some legal scholars argued that this application is not reasonable, such as Justice Clarence Thomas, who said that the 14th Amendment's due process clause is not a secret repository of substantive guarantees against unfairness. Indeed, the United States Supreme Court, when the United States Supreme Court acknowledges a fundamental right, every state must make sure that none of its laws is against this new decision. That's why the USSC's decision can be as important as a law, because every state courts must apply it. A very large application of the due process clause in order to protect fundamental rights. The United States Supreme Court does have a very large application of the due process clause, but it is to ensure the liberty of American citizens. As an example, in Loving versus Virginia in 1967, the United States Supreme Court declared that the anti-miscegenation laws were violated, both the substantive due process and the equal protection. In this case, the United States Supreme Court was able to protect interracial marriages against state laws. Moreover, in Obergefell versus Hodges in 2015, the United States Supreme Court reused this doctrine of the due process clause to protect same-sex marriages against state laws. As we can see, the United States Supreme Court is now able to protect civil rights at any time and to take into account the evolution of the American society. Finally, the due process clause does not allow the United States Supreme Court to create new rights such as Congress can do, but to protect more effectively some rights against state laws. As a conclusion, on the one hand, the due process clause is dangerous for the separation of powers, but on the other hand, the due process clause application by the United States Supreme Court allows the Supreme Court to protect fundamental rights which are not protected by an amendment or the Constitution. Thank you.